what is your intention for spreading the word about Kapap in Germany?
Well, we have a view, a worldview of understanding, first of all, what is the Kapap concept internationally. And one of the countries that we started with actually was Germany. With our relationship with our instructors started many years ago. I think 2006-07 was our first year here in Germany. And obviously, like a new system that comes to a new country, we have to make adaptations, social adaptations, cultural adaptations, and of course to develop the instructors and the local network. And for us, fast forward to 2015, 2015, we see that there's a big change and a shift in our expansion. And obviously, every year that passes, we're trying to build up the professional platform. And that's for us is the first and the foremost, most important aspect to develop the Kapap Academy. Because we see the Kapap Academy concepts of self-defense, personal defense, and all these aspects of education and training as the next platform. And we really like to get into the realm of putting together a professional group of people that understand and see the concepts like us, like we do. So I think that first of all we overcome the first obstacle, which was cultural barriers, and now we start to understand how the German market or the German people adapt to new ideas that they were never had before. For me, the future for the this type of training should be putting together, some kind of a relationship with the best people that we can find. And today, I'm happy to really go to that, place that we're really happy to see the people that are training with us and giving us the feedbacks on how to change and adapt also to their needs. And what we see in the future is people that train with us in the past, and they also gain their own personal abilities to understand how the market or the realities change around us, and really put the balance step in between the needs and the reality. So I think that we are a good filter that brings reality into people's lives, and I think that this self-defense market, if you would like to call it this way, suffers from a lack of imbalance. There's a lot of things that happen, and people are afraid, people hear a lot of things, people don't know what to look for, and I think that the best way to describe what we are trying to give the market is to bring the balance back. So we are looking for professional people that understand our point of view, how to mitigate or how to put things in balance, so people are looking for the right schools, looking for the right education, looking for the best options around them. So we build up the relationship, and now we have more and more that people that got involved with Kapap Academy now started to see the bigger picture. So for us, it's a good step forward, because we can really move things with them together. So from that perspective, building up the association with the Krav Corps is a very important stage for us, because I think that this is the future. This is there's no way that we can really bring all the aspects of training and all the professional aspects of management, of maintenance, of development, without really putting an emphasis on the relationship that we build in the future. So for us, the platform that we try to build with Krav Corps and Kapap Academy in Germany is the future for the upcoming aspects of self-preservation, self-defense. And in that network, we would like to really expand the possibilities for people to get involved, have a taste of what is to be educated about these subjects, and to bring the best trainers into the platform, and the best people that we can find, that we can send a message without really the imbalance that this market suffers from, as I mentioned before.
What have you planned for a regular basis training on our instructors? Is there any plannings in the future?
Sure, of course. Kapap Academy the first goal is to develop the instructor. And we have many schools that already have existing schools with instructors, but every year we want to see them back again, of course, to give them the aspect of upgrading their skills.
So you are planning to establish the level 1 once a year?
Yes. Our level 1 courses should be running once a yearly cycle, and that's our plans. So for the next year, we already have, the dates in mind to come back here and to see our instructors that took this year the first phase and to come back and to complete their education, and for the existing instructors to come back again and be a part of that network and see how the training is developing and add their own inputs and things that they take away from that training. So it's very important to keep in that relationship with our instructors for the integrity of the entire system.
What are the other modules you can bring into the system? I've heard of ICPS and VIP.
Yes, we have many other things that are new here, concepts for the European and specifically German market. The ICPS is basically our method of training with firearms, education about firearms, understanding the use of firearms for professional use. Obviously, this is more of a niche market. It's not for people that don't have the ability to have access to this type of training. So we are creating a specific training and methodologies of training that are specific to certain situations. So let's say if police officers or if security guards or security companies have certain issues that we want to educate and to help them understand the use of these type of trainings, how it can be useful for them. The shooting courses you can find spread out the world in many platforms, but our platform is very unique in the regard that really educates the person as the last resort to use that firearm to defend himself in any type of situation, and most likely to build a mindset in order to be able to control your emotions, your physiology, the entire condition, and to be able to be effective and selective in the type of the threats and the outcome that comes out of it. So there's a lot of responsibility on people that do carry firearms, and the education has to be starting from that aspect. So the ICPS is built around that.
And to take it to a next level, this would be not the self-defense, but the defense of a VIP person.
The VIP person, exactly. This is why it goes hand in hand with the close protection, or as you call it here, VIP protection, people that have a personal protection need. So we're building courses specifically for that need. That means that the people that are employed by the person should have the education how to work all the aspects of personal protection, have the education for training with firearms, because that is a part of their roles and duties to be sometimes in conflict zones. They go and they have to protect the VIP with firearms, they're equipped with the firearms. So this is more of a tool of the trade that we like to see people more educated, and this is really the next evolution of training that is aimed for that specific crowd.
Okay, thanks. Can you explain in 30 seconds where you see the difference between martial arts and self-defense, because a lot of guys don't know a difference?
Yes, well, 30 seconds is a little bit very short, but I'll try to do my best. The difference between martial arts, the main difference between martial arts and self-defense methods of training, I would say, is how far you are removed from reality, how far the situation itself really is replicated in your training, in your daily or your training routine. Because a lot of people, and this is what I mentioned before, that the market is so confused. What is self-defense really? First of all, in order to understand the difference, you have to understand what self-defense is, because I think that martial arts are pretty much a concept that really is training for different attributes, different way of thinking, and different outcomes come out of it. So people are not mentally prepared to deal with violence. Martial arts are more to express your artistic ability or to stay under a certain guidance of a person that really wants to build your physique maybe, bring you a little bit more of different aspects of respect, humility, mutual well-being. It's a lifestyle that you maintain, so it's all of it is very, very positive. And sometimes people take that positivity and really create a very distorted platform from reality, and they call it self-defense, and this is the problem. People get lost and they don't understand that the aggressiveness of the situation would not be resolved with the martial art, with a technique, let's say. And it has to have a psychological step much before it becomes a physical. So we are addressing in many aspects in self-defense, specifically in Kapap Academy. We take care of the person before he even has to really use his, as you call, techniques. He has to use his brain. He has to use a lot of education that is specific to a self-defense situation. Let's say if I'm putting myself in any situation, and I put the situation already, force the situation on me, it's very, very hard to resolve it with physical tools. So as I say, if you put everyone and make him a hammer, all the problems becomes the nails. So we cannot resolve everything with a nail and a hammer solution. Our solution is multi-layered. We give the education to the person to understand that you can do a lot of things before and remove yourself from the situation. You don't have to go to the conflict every time. There is a lot of people that survive situation on a daily basis without going to any martial art or specific training because they use their brain. And using the brain, using your ability to adjust and see and evaluate and make sense for yourself is what we're looking for. It's empowering the person to be an independent thinker, not a follower. Because these martial art schools often tell you this is the only way that you can do it, and so you have to follow their path. For us, we give the problem, we give certain solutions, and each person has the logic to use whatever is available and capable by his own common sense. So we are making smarter people at this process.
So the Kapap Academy teaches the people an intelligent way avoiding stress situations.
Yes.
By teaching them self-defense.
Correct. Avoidance, or as we like to call it, we're removing ourselves from the from the problem. We'd like to disengage. If we see the problem, not necessarily it is a problem until it's too late. And often people are shutting down all their intellect, intuitions, instincts, and they're removing it because they never would be able to see the situation. And when the situation, of course, happens, it's too late for them. And then there's little to nothing that we can do because the other side, the attacker or the aggressor, already has the plan to do something. It's your choice either to participate in his plan or not, or to see or to reveal his intentions. So our method is to use all your senses, your awareness, your situational awareness. Some people, we're living in modern times, so we have a lot of distraction around us. Mainly our lifestyle and our brain is it can be our best friend and it can be our worst enemy at certain situations. So we teach, first of all, to understand, to identify certain situations, and in those situations you really can use a lot of common sense, the brain power, the senses around you to evaluate the situation, to do something before it develops into a bigger problem that then, only then, you become the hammer and that's the nail, and this is what we want to avoid. So there is a way to deal with these things. Obviously in Kapap Academy our motto or our way of thinking is don't do stupid things in stupid places with stupid people. So obviously it's really a matter of how you see things around you and how you are allowing them to happen or you're removing yourself from the outcome. So hopefully
Thank you.
that will...
I guess.
You're welcome.
One thing, because you explained, and it would be a very cool thing if you invite or both of you invite guys for 2016 is the 10th anniversary of Kapap Academy here in Germany. So maybe that's 1 decade in Germany. So we do a shout out to maybe we have a huge plan for 2016 in the 10 years anniversary and be part of it. So like
that's
with us together.
Yeah. It's on you. 20 seconds.
Yes, 20 seconds now. Okay, I'll try.
20 seconds.
Yes. Okay. Just for the people that you know, it's I don't like the bombastic you know, announcement, but we do have an exciting announcement for 2016. The next year, we're going to celebrate our 10-year anniversary here in Germany. So obviously, we have special plans to celebrate and to bring, you know, for the first time, a big shout out for all the people that really have those you know, questions in mind. Come and join us. It's going to be an exciting celebration for us. We want to see as many people as possible joining Kapap Academy, joining Krav and being a part of our network. If you guys really want to know and you really guys want to see the future of self-defense, join us in 2016. I promise you we're going to have a lot of exciting things for you.